Hi FlossTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Robin and you have found my channel Lady Robins. I also am on Instagram, so if you want to follow me on 2 social media platforms, you're very welcome to. It's the same name over there, Lady Robins. And in case you're brand new, welcome. I'm happy to have you here. I'm thrilled that you're joining me. If you're a returning friend and subscriber, welcome back. I'm just as happy to have you here. And in case you don't know, this is a FlossTube channel where I talk about cross stitch and my love of all things cross stitch and stitchy related. So here we are at February 15th, which if you've been here, you know is my birthday, and we are going to start a Birthday SAL together. SAL usually means stitch along, but in my world it means start along. We're going to start it together, and then when we finish is when we finish. There's no rules, there's no deadlines, all of that stuff. Just come and stitch with me. We are going to talk about that in a little bit. I don't know if you can see over my shoulder, but my dog Angie is sitting in the hall wondering what on earth I'm doing. She's such a good companion. I love that girlfriend. So, is she coming in? She might come in. Nope, she's not gonna come in. She's got her back to us. Oh well, we'll be done with the dog. Sorry about that. Okay, before I get rolling too far, today is the 15th of February and it's my FlossTube number 107. Grab a drink. I've got mine. I am going to start by showing you our mug of the day. These are the discontinued Starbucks You Are Here mugs. I love these things. And this one is Vancouver Island. And this one I desperately wanted because if you've been around, you know that blues and greens, those cool colors, I love those cool colors. And so of course this has my color palette. And then what could be better than a great big huge bald eagle, little fishing trawler, and then of course that orca whale. So let's grab our beverage before we start talking about cross stitch. My beverage today is water. I've already had coffee. I went out this morning with 2 girlfriends and we hit a local coffee shop that allows you to go in and take your mask off and enjoy your coffee. So we sat there for 2.5 hours chatting. We had a great time getting together. So we're starting to do all of those things where you go out in public and meet with people. In case you don't know, I'm here in the Seattle area, so we are one of those states, one of 2 states where our governor has not decided when he's going to lift the indoor mask mandate. So we're still waiting on that, but we can make that happen. You can mask up when you order and then take your mask off when you enjoy your beverage. So I've already had coffee. In case you can't tell, I'm talking a mile a minute. Yeah. And I have to thank you. I don't know what happened, but you guys, last week I hit 2,000 subscribers on my channel. Thank you. I'm shocked. I'm stunned. I'm delighted. I don't know where y'all came from, but thank you for coming over and, subscribing and liking and commenting on my videos. I'm really happy to have you here. I started this more for kind of a way to connect with fellow stitchers, and I figured if, I found a couple stitchers in the Seattle area, I had accomplished my goal. But I am meeting people from all around the world. It's very, very fun, and I'm really happy that you're here. So without further ado, I just wanted to say thank you before we start talking about the stitching. All right. And of course that leads me to thoughts on, I feel like I should do something to commemorate, this big number, but I don't know what it is yet. So we'll figure it out together. So stay tuned. We'll get there. I'll figure out something. So Anyway, thank you for being here and being part of my stitchy tribe, right? Okay, we have whips to look at, some of the new starts. Of course, I've talked about my birthday start. We'll go over that in just a minute. And I do have one finished object, one FO to share with you. So why don't we start with that? Let's start with the FO. And here it is, it's on my desk. I finished finally the first month in Stephanie Webb, Lindy Stitches Bird Crush Club. So January's bird was the Stellar's Jay, and I absolutely adore Stellar's Jays. We have them all over here in the Seattle area. They're in my yard constantly, talking up a storm, telling me all about it. And so it was super fun to start with a bird that I see in my neighborhood. So I have got that thing completely stitched. Now, if you are a member, reaching for the pattern. If you are a member of Stephanie's Bird Crush Club and you have stitched this, you will notice that I did a slight modification. So here on the pattern, she has got charted some back stitched lines, kind of delineating the tail feathers and the wing feather. And I don't know if I can't backstitch or what, but I put those little dashes here on the wing, and I didn't like it. It was like the lines weren't straight enough for me. I'm kind of picky. It just didn't do it for me. So I liked it when I was at this stage with just kind of the long lines of back stitch. And the second I put those little dashes in there, I don't like it. So I pulled it back out because I figure nobody is gonna know unless I tell them. So I'm just gonna go with that. That was good enough for me, and I like it the way it is. Now, this will probably hang around here in the craft room for a little bit because I have not figured out what I want to do in terms of finishing, because there's one bird a month. There's going to be 12 of these. So I don't know if I want to, just flat mount them with a magnet so they can be attached to some sort of display and I can swap them. I don't think I want to frame 12 of them individually. So if I do go with a frame, I want it so I can take them in and out. So anyway, until I figure that out, I think I'm going to stitch, a couple of, maybe 2 or 3 more, so I have a number of them to look at, and then I'll worry about finishing. So no plans on the finish at this point, but that's okay. I'm okay with that because there's, like I said, there's one a month. And so I just need more, and then I will start figuring out the finishing part of it. So that's my FFO, my very first bird crush pattern. And then I do have February's pattern. It was mailed to me last week and I have not started it. Sorry, Rainy. Rainy and I are trying to sell it together. I just February is too short a month, you guys. There's so much I want to stitch. So I have not started February's bird yet, but I'll get there. I'll probably be stitching on 2 in March. And she sent a teaser. She told us that March's bird is a hummingbird. So I'm really looking forward to March already, because stitching a hummingbird sounds like fun. So anyway, there's Bird Crush. There's our Bird Crush. So that was my FFO for this time. In terms of whips, one of the things that I am still poking at is the Waffle Lot pattern by Hands On Design. And let me show you that. So it is this guy, and it makes this little kind of mattress finish is what I've heard it called. And so I completed all of the cross stitching for the band that goes all the way around. What I haven't finished yet is the back stitching that goes all the way around the band. And let me tell you, that takes forever. I was shocked. I was back stitching, and it's like it never ended. So I'm pretty close. I've got all the way across the top, down one side, and now I'm working my way across the bottom. So I'm just about halfway across the bottom. So I'm getting there. And then I will watch Kathy Haberman's, I think she has a tutorial up on her website. So I will watch that and turn that into a pillow. Now I understand that this is Valentine's Day and I am way behind, but that's okay. I definitely want to learn how to do that. And so I'm okay with it not being finished in time for Valentine's Day. Doesn't matter. I'll get it finished when I get it finished. So I'm still plugging away at the Waffle Lot. And then the other thing I noticed is there's also back stitching all the way around the front piece and the back piece. I haven't back stitched those either. So I have a lot of back stitching to do before I can do the assembly. So we'll get there. We'll get there. This would probably be something that would be really good to stitch while I'm watching something on TV at night when I don't have to pay a lot of attention. Back stitching is pretty mindless stitching. So I'll probably be working on doing the back stitching on Waffle Lot in the evenings. So that was one of the whips I worked on. The other thing that I worked on was Quaker Turtle. So here is Quaker Turtle. And this I started, I did a SAL, I did a hashtag, and I'll put it in the show notes below on Quaker Turtle. And so where I'm at right now is I'm working on the head of the turtle. And I always forget to say, but I'm going to tell you, I am stitching this all in DMC 3808, and this is on a 32 count antique white linen. So there you have it. There's the stats on that. So here we are. I've got one flipper done, and I've got that one of the body Quakers done, and now I'm working on the head Quaker. So I'm getting there. I was working on this last night, and there's so much fabric, you know, I mean, this is a big piece of fabric that I'm wrangling. I thought, gosh, I wonder if I didn't trim this. So, you know, maybe there's some fabric I can, you know, cut off. So I broke out my sewing machine, and, you know, I did go through and I back stitched all the edge of my fabric because I did notice it felt like it was raveling quite a bit, and so I didn't want to be losing yardage. And then I double checked my measurements, and yeah, if I was going to cut anything off, it'd be like two inches on one, you know, on the length, and then, you know, maybe 3 inches on the width. And I was like, oh, I'm not gonna bother doing that. I'll just wrangle the fabric. So I just decided, okay, at least I know. So I did my little zigzag stitch, and I am working on Quaker Turtle, which is, as you know, one of my whip go goals for February. So I am now up to, my goals are to work on my called whip go pieces 5 days, and I've now done 4 days on Quaker Turtle. Although one of the days I think I only put in like 20 stitches, which I don't think really counts as a day. So I'm probably going to give myself another 2 days on this to make up for that really lame stitching one day. So okay, let's move on. The next thing I worked on, because of course it was the week before Valentine's Day. And again, I know I'm not going to get it done in time for Valentine's Day. Kind of a theme today, right? But I am working on a Mill Hill kit. I am working on, I think they call it Valentine Heart. Yep. And so I started working on the heart. And so everything in the dark red is what I added this week. And that was just, you know, one evening of stitching. So I did put a little time into my Mill Hill, and I haven't stitched a Mill Hill kit in forever, and it is just, it's so much fun. I like doing these. These are really fun. So Anna, who is Stitch Roadie, she has Finish a Prairie Schooler, Start a Prairie Schooler. That's what she does. Well, I think I'm going to do Finish a Mill Hill, Start a Mill Hill, because I think these are super fun. So just a little bit of progress on my Valentine Heart by Mill Hill. So again, I didn't get lots of progress, but I got some and it made me happy. And I sure loved stitching in those beautiful pinks and reds. So working on the Mill Hill again. Okay, the next thing is 2 starts. I hold up 3 fingers. Oh my goodness. All right, so for starts, I started the June Snowflower Diary pattern, and it's this one with the beautiful brown bear and the bee skep and the bees. So I started working on June, and let's see here. All right, so here I just started the bear, and again, this is super fun. So I am stitching this on 32 count vintage pecan butter by Lakeside linen, and I have chopped up my linen into 12 equal parts so I can finish one and then just move on to the next one. And so I do this as kind of a morning stitch. I try to stitch in the morning before I get rolling, and I do the 25/7 challenge. And if you look in my show notes, there is a hashtag for 25/7 stitching, which is you stitch on a piece 7 days a week for 25 minutes, or you can do 25 stitches if that's easier for you. And then you just make a little bit of progress every day on something that perhaps you're hoping for a finish. And I'm always hoping for a finish. So I'm starting June, and it's turning out great. And in terms of my colors, if I have the over dyed, I will grab the over dyed floss. Now it turns out the bear is in, what is it? Gentle Arts Walnut, which apparently is incredibly hard to get. So I just pulled the DMC equivalent of walnut, and I think it looks fine. So we are making progress on June Snowflower Diaries. So if you were here for last week's episode, you saw that I finished May, which was the cat and the kitten. So working my way through the calendar with Snowflower Diaries. So that was one of my starts this week. And my second start this week, I started a berry. And I actually started it last night. So what I did was I pulled my floss, and I grabbed the Erica Michaels Spring Berries, and I'm starting this one. And this one is Hop into Spring. And in case you don't watch Helen D, you should. She's wonderful. And she is starting a year-long berry SAL. So go watch Helen. She'll give you all the details. But I have now purchased the charts for all 4 seasons, so winter, spring, summer, and autumn. Plus I have Halloween berries. So I have lots of berries that that I would like to produce. Helen is stitching spring right now, and when she gets it done, she's going to walk through how to finish it, although she does already have a finishing tutorial up on her channel, so you can definitely watch Helen for that information. And she's just gonna do berries all year long, and I just thought that sounded like a ton of fun, because I have bought berry patterns, but I've never stitched them. They feel a little intimidating to me. So last night I decided I have got to start my berries. I've been talking about this forever. So I have this. This is the beginning of, I don't know if you can see it very well on the pattern, but there's a little bunny in here. So I am working on the bunny. Now, Helen is probably going to look at this piece of fabric and go, holy cow, she put it smack dab in the middle. I know I'm going to have all sorts of leftover fabric around. I'm positive. However, last night when I was trying to kind of measure and plan out my fabric, it was 9 p.m. and I was tired, and I thought I'd rather have too much than not enough. So what I did was I folded up my picture this plus 32 count vellum into 4 quadrants, and I just started stitching that little bunny in the middle of one of the quadrants. Now, when I'm not doing it at 9 p.m., I probably will be able to figure it out, but I just wanted to do one where I had plenty of space, and then I can be a little more economical with my fabric in the future. So there is my start, and I can see that these will, we say this all the time as cross stitches, right? This is going to stitch up fast. Well, I can see that this is really, truly going to stitch up fast, and I'm here for it. I am so excited to be starting a berry and doing that SAL with Helen D. And Helen, if you're watching, happy belated birthday. Her birthday is a couple of days before mine, and I was going to send her a little message on Instagram, and I completely forgot. So Helen, forgive me for being so forgetful, but happy birthday. I hope you had a fantastic day, and I started my first berry because of you, so thank you, Helen. So there's my FFO, there's my whips, there's my 2 starts, which I am really happy about, and now let's talk about the SAL we're going to do together. Start today, if you can. Today is February 15th. It is my birthday. So we are going to start the Brenda Gervais Red Bird Sampler together. So this is what it looks like. I've been flashing this at you for a couple of weeks now, and I have everything ready to go. So I prepped my fabric last night. I got my piece of fabric, did the zigzag stitch, and then because this is wider than it is tall, I made sure that I marked what the top of my fabric is. So I just grabbed some floss, and I just put some ugly stitches up there to let me know this is the top of my fabric, because it won't fit as well if I stitch it the wrong way, because it's what is it, 135 wide by 117 long, so, or high, I guess is how they say it. So anyway, this is a 32 count, what is it, Desert Sand Linen by Zweigart, and I'm going to stitch it 2/2. I'm going to use the called for floss. Also, I want to let you know, because somebody reached out to me, there is a mistake on the chart. So go over to Brenda's website, and she has a correction. So make sure that you download it and print it out and put it with your pattern so that you don't duplicate the mistake that is charted in the chart. And for the life of me, I cannot find my printout so I can point at it for you, but go to her website and download it so you you can have that, and we'll do our start along together. Also, in my notes below, I do have a hashtag, so feel free to use that hashtag on Instagram so we can cheer each other on and see how everybody's doing, all that fun stuff. So I am super excited to start this with you. In fact, once I'm done recording my video, I am going to stitch on Redbird Sampler for the rest of my birthday. And my husband is super kind. He is going to make me birthday dinner so I don't have to cook. And it's all set to go. And you know, I've got my DMCs, I've got my fancy flosses. I'm ready. I've got some, you know, floss bling. Yep. It's a go, people. It's a go. So I am happy to be stitching this with you. Couple of last housekeeping notes. A viewer by the name of Holly reached out to me, and she said she also is not going to stitch her acorns and thread acorn gathering piece, and she would like to share it with one of you. So since we had people that were interested in stitching that chart and I only had one to give away, Holly has graciously offered her chart, and so I have picked a second winner for acorn gathering Luhu Stitches chart. So Charlotte Jorgensen, you are the second winner of the acorn chart, and Holly is going to be sending that to you. So look for that in the mail. Congratulations, Charlotte. And I am thrilled that one of you was just so generous to contact me about that. So we got a second winner coming in the mail. So wanted to say thank you to Holly. Also, Carol commented on my last video about my Mary notes, and she suggested to me that even though I have laced the back side to side, I didn't do top and bottom, she suggested that I do that because she thinks over time gravity will stretch it and it will get distorted and floppy and all those things. And so, Carol, I am going to do that. Thank you for telling me that. I really appreciate that reminder. And I hadn't thought that through. So, yay! Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, let's see. Is there anything else? I'm looking down at my notes to make sure I haven't missed everything. We've talked about FFOs, whips, starts, the Redbird sampler. Don't forget to get the correction. Talked about the giveaway. I have a little bit of happy mail that was sent my way. Lisa sent me a birthday card. So Lisa, thank you for this. This is really a cool card. It's got big sequins on it, and she wrote me a lovely note, and she included a needle minder, and this needle minder is going on my birthday start. And can you see that? It's a robin. So Lisa, thank you. I am really happy that you thought of me. That was so nice. I really appreciate that. That was super kind. And I hope you do move up here and we'll stitch together. All right, the other thing that I got in the mail, and this came a couple of weeks ago, but my friend Audrey, who is Stitchy Witch 42, sent me a bookmark, and a postcard. And so Audrey, thank you for these. I really, really appreciate it. And Audrey left me a comment. Guess what, you guys? The first day of spring is not the 8th of March, like I kept declaring in last FlossTube. It's like 3 weeks past that. So it's like March 20th or 21st or something. So we have more winter left, but that means we have more time to stitch our spring things to get ready, right? So it's okay. But thank you, Audrey, for letting me know that I had that all wrong. I guess you can't always trust the Google, right? So sorry guys, winter's longer than I thought. All right. I didn't finish any books last week, so I don't have any new things, new books to share with you. I'm continuing to read, what is it? Fudge and Jury by Ellie Alexander. And I had kind of lost track of the second Doldrums book, the Doldrums, the Helmsley Curse. So I picked that back up. Oh, and then I did start a new audiobook for in my car when I'm driving to and from work. I am reading by Fredrik Backman, the guy who wrote A Man Called Uva, Anxious People, Bear Town, Us Against You, all those books, which I love. I'm reading one of his earlier books called, there's a lot of words, My Grandmother Told Me to Tell You She's Sorry. So I'm listening to that on audio, and not gonna be one of my top 10s. It's okay, but it's not fantastic. So I'm reading it because there's only 2 Backman books that I have not read, and this is one of them, and so I want to finish all the Backmans. So yeah, so that's what I'm up to. That's what I'm reading. All right, you have a fantastic day. Thank you for being here. Thank you for liking and subscribing and commenting. Tell me if you're starting something new in February. Tell me if you're birthday saling with me. I'd be curious to know. And I will catch you next week. You guys have a fantastic rest of your week, and stitch happy, my friends. Okay, thanks for being here. Bye.